This is not sponsored. This is just a girl in her Sephora cart bringing you an authentic, if not unhinged, review of all of the hottest new makeup launches that everyone is claiming are must-haves. Are they a hit or is it just hype? We're about to find out. So without further ado, let's get on into it. So I actually filmed this about 3 times today because we were having camera technical difficulties. So bear with me here. I thought I had footage of me testing out the 2 primers I've got today, but I don't. So I did some little hand swatches today, but on the first side of my face, this is the new Lawless Forget the Filler Skin Plumping Line Smoothing Perfecting Cream. It says it is hydrating, plumping, and smoothing. This is really gorgeous. It feels very hydrating, very pillowy. It comes like this. It's a little pink and it feels really cooling on the skin. It gives you a really nice glow. I have it on this side of my face today and it really does smooth so well. I have the Forget the Filler foundation that I'm going to test out in another video. This whole video is going to be a part 1. I've got so much newness to share with you, so I don't want to keep you here forever. You've got live, so there will be a part 2 coming very soon. But for right now, let's dive on in. Also picked up the iconic Underglow Blurring Primer. This one is really nice as well, and I have it on this side of my face. This one feels much thinner in texture because it's not a heavy cream, but I didn't notice anything incredibly standout-ish about it. It feels very nice. As you can see, there's a little bit of some gold reflex and shine to it. It's so slight you cannot see it when it's on the skin, but then you blend it out and it has just a really nice overall texture. I would say, oddly enough, it dries down almost like a really soft powder. Not quite, but it does have a really, really smoothing effect almost, even though it's not like a silicone primer. It's really unique and I really like that. I will say that on the face almost, I feel like the Lawless was so luxurious. It was so nice to put on. It felt great. And I'm a dry skin girl, so that felt like exactly what my skin needed. But I really liked both of them and both sides of my face look really nice. Now you're gonna be like, girl, are you crazy? But this is actually the first time I finally bit the bullet and I picked up a Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I feel like this foundation does not need an introduction whatsoever, and to no one's surprise, I loved it. I can totally see why everybody raves about it. Honestly, it wasn't the most incredible finished standout formula I've ever felt in my whole life. I really find that why people rave about it so much, why it's oftentimes used as bridal foundation as well, is because there's just simply nothing stand out about it, yet you look so perfected afterwards. It really is just your skin, but better, and not skin in sort of a wet, hydrated, you just put on your skincare way, just your skin. It's just simple. It doesn't call attention to anything in the best way. So I think that's why it's so standout, is because it doesn't hide behind this crazy illumination factor and it doesn't hide behind this incredibly like blurring matte factor, but it's dry or it's patchy or it's this or it's that. It's just simply good. No notes. No notes. I only used 1 pump for all over my face. I think 1 gorgeous pump is all you need. It really is so beautiful. The next thing that I was just convinced and influenced to buy because so many people had put it in their recommendation videos. I wasn't originally going to get this product and then I was like, okay, I gotta try it now apparently, and I'm so happy I did. This is the Rare Beauty Liquid Contour and I have mine in the shade Mellow. This was a dream. This was so nice. I opted for this instead of rebuying my favorite liquid contour of all time, which is from Makeup by Mario, which is his Soft Sculpt. This is so incredible. You'll see it blends out like absolutely nothing. Unlike her liquid blushes in the same line, it is not as pigmented and it is so easy to work with. Definitely I recommend for somebody who is a pro at makeup and also a beginner at makeup, which is a really unique product to find. This is absolutely a standout pick and totally worth the hype. Next, I also have the Giorgio Armani Concealer. I thought this would be perfect to pair with the foundation. I have mine in the shade 3. This was really lovely to use. I really didn't have any problems with my under eyes creasing. I have a large problem with that often, especially from concealers like from the drugstore. This one sat really well. I will say the most notable thing about this concealer is it dried very fast. It is not super wet wet and emollient. It's an older formula, so it's not a serum concealer, which is really popular right now, which is everything is so hydrating and it's nice, but it does crease. This you do have to work a little bit faster with, but then it sets really gorgeously, just like the foundation. It's just a beautiful silky matte finish, which is really wonderful, and definitely I can see for mature skin especially, perfect. And then I thought, why not go ahead and try some of the Caliray. They're one of my favorite underrated brands at Sephora. This is their Clean Under Eye Color Corrector, and it's their pink shade. I got this one instead of the Viral Run from Kosas. I'm sure that one's amazing. I didn't love Kosas concealer, which is a bit of an unpopular opinion of mine, but this one was really nice, no complaints. It blended really well with the Armani concealer as well. It's very bright. I am very fair, and this really, really brightened my under eyes. So I think it was very nice. It did its job. Now, blushes, I think, are like my favorite complexion product just to ever exist ever. They are so much fun. I love them so much, and it is no stranger to everybody that we've had so many blush launches in the past couple of years, and everybody's coming out with a powder version that had a viral liquid version. You get it. I had to pick up a bunch of blush. So bear with me here. I wanted to give you the real tea on all of these viral blushes. So I actually got some in similar shades to compare. So the first one I went in with is the brand new Rare Beauty Matte Bouncy Blush, and I picked up one in the shade Happy. This is a very classic, not too pink, not too peach shade. It will look good with anyone's skin tone. The feel of these, I don't want to press it, but it's unlike anything you've ever felt before. It's like a matte, dry cream, and it just has a beautiful, subtle color. Unlike their liquid blushes, which I can get so easily heavy-handed with. I don't know how anyone puts a full dot on their face with those. I actually find them a little bit hard to work with, in my opinion, and I don't reach for them that often because of that, even though I think the formula is great and their shade range is really great. But if you struggle with blush blindness and you are really trying to get your blush down, these are such a great pickup. The color range is really stunning, and they're so easy to work with. I'm sure you can build up the color, but actually I love that they went on kind of sheer. They had such a nice, unique formula. They felt like nothing on the skin. It's definitely something for the everyday girl, especially if you're not going to layer your blush and you just want one to go. These are going to be really beautiful. As a side note, since all of these are a first impression, I definitely will do a second follow-up video, probably at the end of the month, calling all of the best of these products and what wore the best throughout the day, testing them with different things so that I can actually give you a long-standing review on all of these products. So if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe so you can stay tuned for all of the actual updates of all of these, past our first impressions, and continuing. Two powder blushes I really wanted to compare. They're completely different formulas, but very similar shades. These are the lightest pink shades in the Saie SuperSuede Radiant Blush Powders. And then I've got also the Get Set by Tower 28. These are supposed to be a blurring matte formula, and these have a little bit of glow to them on the cheeks. I wanted to go ahead and test them out. They're in both of their lightest shades. This is the shade Malibu Cooler, and this one is on this cheek here. I was beyond impressed. I can see why everyone loves these blushes. This blush just gave me that gorgeous Dubai pink under eye that I am just known for and I love so much, and it gave it to me in one fell swoop. It was blurring. It was perfectly pigmented. I didn't have to work with it too hard. You do get a little bit of kickback with both of these. That's never something I've minded. It's not too bad, but just a warning in case that bothers you. Then this one, the Saie SuperSuede blushes. Everyone's number one complaint about these was the packaging. I think the packaging is perfectly fine. I don't think it's incredibly cheap. It's lightweight and it's plastic, but it's nothing that I feel like is really anything that bothers me that much to write home about. I really do like the formula. It actually was not as pigmented as I had anticipated. Again, something I'm actually looking for in a blush these days because I can get so heavy-handed with certain things. I know that you do have to be a little more skilled to use them. So what I really liked about these two blushes, actually these three blushes, is they were a dream to work with and definitely something you can build up. So all across the board, really great. Now, the reason both of my cheeks have a little bit of an actually bigger glow is because this is the #1 product I wanted to pick up at the savings event. I am so happy and just honored to be a person that owns one of these, but this is the new YSL Make Me Blush blush powder, and I have mine in the shade 44, which is like a really beautiful, like dusty rose mauve kind of color. It's just very unique. They don't have a lot of colors like this right now. The packaging, as everyone says, A++. It's so beautiful, and I love that they've actually put all of their colors on there so you can tell which one it is when you pick it up. I mean, that's definitely, I'm going to give you a heads up right now, my favorite product I picked up. I will use that till kingdom come. When I tell you this one was pigmented and easy to work with like I've never experienced before, so glowy. I don't have a highlighter on. It just is magic on the face. And again, it's something for a pro or a beginner because it's so easy to work with. This is one thing that if I would save any money at the Sephora sale, I would pick up something like this and just have it in your collection, treasure it, wear it on your wedding day, wear it to go out, wear it when you want to impress somebody. It's so beautiful. Again, I must love pink a little too much right now, especially I'm a sucker for a pink powder, and I'm a sucker for Kosas. I love them as a brand. Love them. This is their new Kosas Cloud Set Translucent Candy. This is their pink shade. I gotta tell you, this was very pink yet very brightening. It's really lightweight. Comparing it to like the One Size pink powder and like Huda Beauty's Cherry Blossom, do I think it's like incredibly different? I think it's a little more hydrating than both of those specifically. So if those are really your look and your vibe, but they're a little too dry for you, I think this is a really, really good pickup, especially because you get so much product in here. So it really is a good bang for your buck, I think. But I do believe that it gives you mostly a similar look. I am not as matte right now as I am underneath my eyes and my face as normal when I would use the other mattifying powders, but it's still really blurring, which is what everyone wants in a setting powder. So again, a really good win. I really liked this a lot. I raved about these before, but I did not have the shade. It was sold out last time it came out. This is the Patrick Ta Major Dimension Eye Illusion Shadow Duos, and this one is in the color Do You Know Who I Am? It's the really pretty classic gold shades, and this is what I have all over this lid right here. So beautiful. I get so many compliments on these. If you can get them on sale, I think they're totally worth it. If you need just a one and done, I have my basic eyeshadow, and then when I have a special event, I just want one thing that'll just take my look to the next level. I think these are so great. Just be very careful with them. I wouldn't travel with them, even though I love that idea. If you do want something to travel with that's not going to break, I usually, even though I want to look my best on vacation, I usually will opt for all of my drugstore favorites because I have just experienced too much of my money go down the drain with my expensive things breaking. So I would suggest the ColourPop shadow if you want like a fun sparkly one to go out for the night when you're traveling, but otherwise this is such a wonderful thing to have in your collection. I think they're really beautiful. I do. What is on this eye though, I wanted to see what would tea with the new Charlotte Tilbury Beautifying Eye Trends. This is just your basic neutral palette, and frankly the swatch in the store got me. I'm one of Charlotte Tilbury's #1 fans. I have been for a long time, but I was never impressed with their eyeshadow palettes. I got one and I never used it. The shimmers just made my heart sing. This one was so different. The shimmers are so beautiful. As you can see, it is really packing a punch. I've also got the white shade in my inner corners here today. I think this is stunning. I love the cooler tones in here. I think all the colors she picked for these palettes are really great. I don't think the packaging feels that cheap. If you're looking for a nice quality one with some really beautiful shadows built in, I actually don't think these are a bad buy. Still expensive because it's Charlotte Tilbury, but I actually think I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. And that's my 2 cents. One of the most fun things I picked up was a Sephora favorites bag. This is my first one I have ever gotten. And so many of these products look so good, I had to pick it up and try it out. So for my brows today, because I had nothing on my brows, I picked up the Kulfi Free the Brow Gel. Now, this one I will say, nothing special. Now, Kulfi. Ugh. I don't know. Kulfi and caliray are right up there with my next up and coming favorite brands ever. I think they can do almost no wrong, except this is the only product from them I've been so underwhelmed by. When they call it a brow gel, I mean, my brows do not feel like they're gelled whatsoever. It comes with a weird double-ended brush, which I'm not sure is necessary because you have the gel spoolie in here. It just doesn't feel like anything. So, you know, it's a travel size brush for your brows. So you can brush them all the time because this doesn't hold anything. Well, but a goodie I also have gotten this bag, which I have never bitten the bullet for, but this is the Tower 28 mascara. This mascara is so viral. It's supposed to make your lashes like the best of the best. And so I have it on my right eye today. I was really impressed in terms of length for sure. This really gives really beautiful length, and I didn't curl my lashes and I didn't put on a lash primer because I really wanted to see what these mascaras do on their own. I do think it curled my lashes up a little bit and is holding really well. Honestly, no complaints. It hasn't flaked. I've already worn this makeup for quite a while today. Are they the thickest, fluffiest lashes I ever had? No, but they're very long and very separated and not clumpy. And I think if that's more your style, this is a really good mascara for sure. Not something I'm like, oh my gosh, but you know, I like a really thick, like in your face mascara, which is why I had really high hopes for the Makeup by Mario Master Mascara. This one I have on my left side, and I will say from my preferences, I really like this formula. It's already a little dry. The brush is very thick and the bristles are close together. So it gives me a little more thickness to work with, but it still kept my lashes incredibly separated. Again, it has not flaked whatsoever since I've been wearing it today. And I have it on this eye. I really like this a lot. This one knocked my socks off for sure. Seriously, one of the most standout products in this entire haul for me was how flippin' good this was from Armani. This is their eye tint, and I have mine in the shade 22 Cashew. Oh my gosh, I need to start using liquid eyeshadow more. I am so afraid that I'm going to use this up in about 2 weeks. I loved this. It's not my usual style, but man, I could get with this. It blends out so easily. It looks so wet, and all of a sudden I took a really big fluffy brush to it and it just blended itself out. It like took shape without me having to do anything. It was the easiest thing in the entire world. I didn't even prime my eyes. It didn't crease at all, and the other shadows went over it beautifully. This was such an incredible product. I absolutely loved it. I cannot recommend this more. Incredible. Okay, our final category is our lip category. There are a lot of lippy lips going on. And I kind of agree with everybody. I know summer's coming in and we're not into like matte lips right now. And I've always been a gloss girl, but everything is kind of looking the same. I mean, Summer Fridays kind of came in, did their thing, and everybody's like, I can also be a balm. So there's a lot of glosses going around. There's a lot of balms going around. They're all pretty sheer, but I found some goodies. So speaking of Summer Fridays, the first one I want to talk about is their limited edition butter balm in the shade Birthday Cake. Oh my gosh. This smells exactly like, you know, those frosted cookies with like the really thick, like solid icing on them, and then their cookie part is like vanilla cake. This smells exactly like those, which I'm a sucker for, so I love this. It goes on nice sheer and pink. I love the Summer Fridays lip butter balms. I think they're incredible. I think they're totally worth it. I don't think you'll regret it. Along the butter balm line, we have Laneige just came out with their Glaze Craze tinted lip serums, and this went viral for its very weird donut applicator. I don't mind the donut applicator. It felt really nice on the lips, but I have a really intense Cupid's bow, and so I need something with a little bit of a point to define it, and this wasn't that easy. However, it kind of is a balm, so it kind of doesn't matter. And frankly, if you've got filler in your lips, you're just gonna be like all day long because wow, it feels amazing. This color is really gorgeous. This is the color Cinnamon Sugar. It doesn't have too strong of a scent, but I love that this one actually has some color payoff to it. This is definitely a absolute standout from the bunch for that reason alone. I think it's a really lovely pickup. Now, I was in store and I was debating about the Makeup by Mario glosses and the new Makeup Forever glosses. And when I swatched them both on my hand, the deal was done and I knew which one I was getting. So there is nothing I've actually ever seen like these Super Boost lip glosses. This is in the shade Boundless Berry. Oh my god, you guys. This has got to be my favorite thing that I've put on my lips in a long time. A long time. When I swatched this in store, I was flabbergasted. So beautiful. When I put it on my lips, I just was instantly like, yes, this is what I've been missing my whole life. I love it so much. These are definitely, I think, my favorite lip products that I have picked out. I want one in every shade. They're so comfortable and shiny and wet, and those are just all things I personally look for in my lip glosses. They're thick, they've got pigment. They're just such a standout from the bunch of the rest of the crowd. So if you're debating, these are incredible. Go check them out. Lastly, these are no stranger to anybody, and Lawless is quickly becoming one of my favorite brands at Sephora, period. They have so many wonderful things. Like I said, I cannot wait to try out their foundation, but these are their Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Glosses. They are famous for these. They're what I have on my lips right now with a little bit of the Makeup Forever liner in Anywhere Caffeine. They smell incredible. Their plumping is very slight, but they came out with a new collection. Oh my gosh, and it's strawberry scented and it smells incredible. I have a lot of lines on my lips. I don't have lip filler on my lips. I don't have filler anywhere. I can't afford it, but these are really a great alternative. I think they are beautiful, and this stayed on through me eating. They're not claiming to have staying power, but they don't just slough off your face. They're not sticky. They don't stick together, but they're nice and thick and hydrating. I already had one and I've like lost it in a purse somewhere because I take it everywhere. So I'm so excited to pick up a few more of these. They're great. Lastly, I have two setting sprays to talk about. These are the incredibly viral Huda Beauty Easy Bake Setting Spray. And then I also picked up the Kosas Cloud Set Setting Spray. This one says it's Airy Setting Smoothing Mist. It's supposed to be incredibly hydrating. The Kosas one says it is an oil-free airing setting mist that locks makeup in place while hydrating and smoothing skin. Mist away shine, not glow. So I applied this one on this side of my face. I would agree that it's very glowy. My skin looks very nice. My oils are peeking through very nicely. I've had my makeup on for quite a while and it has not budged. I'm filming this a little bit after I applied my makeup. And then on this side, I used the Easy Bake Setting Spray from Huda Beauty. You know what's bizarre? They're looking and holding up the same to me, right? Like my oils are still peeking through over here pretty nicely. I usually have so much makeup that's gone by my nose and it's held up pretty well for my nose. This foundation hasn't settled terribly into my smile lines yet. So overall, for my personal preferences, I actually think they're both great. Now, the mister on the Kosas one is a little bit more fine. My complaint about this one is, I hate to say this, but the mister on it is not as fine. The nozzle kept getting stuck and it threw on goops of water on your face. Now, usually those ruin your makeup and it did not here, which is good. Thank God. But honestly, this is probably not going to be a repurchase for me unless I just love the staying power of this so much. But frankly, this is giving me the same staying power and the mister on it is much nicer. So I love both these brands. They're both two of my favorites. I get so excited any time of these launches, but I gotta be real with you. And to be fair to Huda, I don't think it's the formula, but I do think it is the mister, which is again why packaging matters sometimes. And especially with a setting spray, you just can't have those gloppy gloops of the mist on your makeup. They'll often ruin it. So I'm going to play around with all of these a little more and actually give you my final thoughts on all of them in an upcoming video, because first impressions are something, but they are not everything when it comes to makeup. And based on my first impressions, I wanted to get this up as soon as I could so that you would have an unbiased first impression review of all of these viral products you're seeing everybody either pick up or recommend. Comment down below if you picked up anything from the sale or what you're most excited about. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like it and consider subscribing. I'd love to have you on my cozy corner of the internet where we love to live life more beautifully, and I will see you in the next one.